That the NCAA allowed collegiate athletes to make money from their name, image, and likeness. While many current athletes started signing deals almost immediately, many on social media began to ask which former athlete would have made the most money off their likeness. So, Shannon, which former college football player would have made the most money?
I think I might surprise you, Skip. I'm going Johnny Football.
That's a good
Johnny
good
Football,
point.
Skip, baby. The house that Johnny built. Skip, he trademarked the name Johnny Football, became the first redshirt freshman to win the Heisman Trophy. During his Heisman season, A&M got $740 million in pledges and gifts, an all-time record for a public university. Now, Johnny Manziel is what he's what you want on social media. He's flashy, he's outgoing, and those are the guys, those are the influencers. And so guess what? Somebody's going to attach, not on somebody, a lot of companies and a lot of somebodies were going to attach their name to this young man. Oh, Johnny Manziel is going to make $50 million. No question in my mind. Now, it's going to be a quarterback, Skip, and in the SEC, it's a cold in the SEC. You know that. I don't know how much time you spent around SEC football, but growing up in the South, you better be. So you know. So you know about it. The Herschel Walker, the Tim Tebow, the Cam Newton. Oh man, Cam would have made bank. Ooh, Lord, Cam would have made bank. Herschel Walker, Bo Jackson. Skip, but I'm gonna go Johnny Football, because when he upset Alabama, he had to get a police escort to take him to class because the students wouldn't let him go to class. I'm going Johnny Football, Skip. It's gonna you're gonna have to convince me somebody else gonna be Johnny Football.
Okay, I'm about to.
Okay.
One thing I do know about Johnny Football, that by his final year at Texas A&M, many of the top people at the university, and I know several of them, were down and out on Johnny because he was going south on them.
Yes.
He was in one incident after another, and obviously, to our point here, he got busted for signing autographs, you know, and he admits now that, yeah, I was just doing it like crazy. And they docked him a half against Rice in the opening game. He couldn't play in the first half, and because they couldn't quite nail it down. And he now admits, you know,
Skip, you and I both know, no one is signing 3,000, 10,000 items for free.
No. And so now that's a thing of the past and a joke, because now you can sign as many as you want for as much as you want. Way to go. Thank God for all of that.
A.J. Green, Todd Gurley got suspended for 4 games for doing that.
Shannon, you know where I'm going with
You go Tebow.
It's the only place to go, because he became the most famous college football player ever. And I get you about Herschel. I know Herschel. I had my battles with Herschel, but we became friends. I don't know Cam, but he'd be up in there also. Reggie Bush would be up in there. Definitely. We can go on and on.
I got him, Deion Sanders.
Absolutely. But think about Tebow's run through Florida. As a freshman, he was just the designated touchdown scorer. Chris Leak was the starting quarterback. But look at what Tebow did for a team that went on to win the national championship. He scored a bunch of touchdowns. He threw 5 touchdown passes, a lot of them jump passes from like 2 yards out, and he ran for 8 touchdowns. And in the national championship game against Ohio State, they won 41-14. He ran for a touchdown and threw for a touchdown. He was a thing as a freshman. He was a force of nature as a freshman. People were buzzing about him as a freshman, and as a sophomore, all he did was win the Heisman Trophy. And as a junior, all he did was he lost a regular season game to Ole Miss, and he gave, you could argue, the second most famous speech in the history of college football to the Rockney speech, right? Where he gave the, I promise you we will do this and that and the other after the Ole Miss game, and he backed it up. And they went and beat my Oklahoma Sooners in the national championship game, so he wins his second national championship as a junior. And even as a senior, he was still, once again, the SEC Player of the Year. And he would have been so big by his senior year, I think he would have eclipsed in bag all of the above.
Skip, here's the thing where Johnny Manziel works and Tim doesn't. Tim Tebow was a rock star with 0 rock star habits. Johnny Manziel was a rock star with all the habits. Johnny Manziel was the rock band, the 80s rock band. He was the Mick Jagger. Skip, he was all that. That's what people like. Hanging out with Drake, Tim Tebow, so he hanging out with all the stars. He's sitting courtside. LeBron James dapping him up.
Mm-hmm. I mean, for a while, he was going to be a clutch client. Yeah.
So think about that, Skip. And I agree, because when I was putting out, I was thinking, the first thing I was like, Tim Tebow. That was the first thing came, and then I started like, hold on, Johnny Manziel. Now, obviously, Skip, a lot of guys like Herschel and Bo and all those guys, that was way back. But this is the heart of the social media era. So back, because you got to think about it, Skip, there was no IG when Johnny played, or Tim. It was just Twitter. But Johnny's Twitter was bigger than Texas A&M. Mm-hmm. It was bigger than everything associated with Texas A&M. Yep. Combined. Mm-hmm. So when you combine him, his rock star status, his rock star lifestyle, the people that he hung with, and you just Skip, you know that Texas money hit, that Texas money, mm-hmm. that thing deep, that oil money, they hit different. That oil money hit different. Now, I ain't saying they ain't got no money in Florida, but that oil money in Texas, that thing hit different. Now, they love, ooh.
Okay, but we're talking about national endorsement impact. That's what we're talking about. The ability to market and sell products nationally.
But Skip, Tim Tebow ain't have no Johnny Football. You got to have a nickname. You got to have prime time.
You know what? Tebow is a nickname because it's such a weird name. Well, it's just all you need to say is Tebow.
Skip, it's like Mike. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or LeBron. See, when you still Johnny Skip, man, like I'm saying, it's close, Skip. It's probably going to be a quarterback. It's probably, Vince Young, that Texas.
He'd be in this conversation.
Yeah. Reggie out here in California.
I agree.
With all the opportunities. So, but probably going to be, I'm going to say a quarterback, because just like quarterbacks now, they make the most money. They might not be the best players, but they make the most money. So I'm going to go, it's going to probably be a quarterback, but man, all I needed was a little more McDonald's sponsorship and encourage dry cleaning. Just clean the boy. I had to have them jeans, stars, the eyes, the polo. That's all I needed.
You're talking about Savannah.
Yeah, a little something. You shoot your boy a little something.
Right.
McDonald's, y'all can hold your boy. I just need to be able to give me a 20-piece nugget, 2 Big Macs, supersized fries, supersized Coke.
I thought you didn't eat that in college.
In college?
Oh, in college you did?
Yeah.
Oh.
Better believe it.
Okay.
Yes.
Developing some sound habits.
No. I was developing college habits in college. But yeah, Skip, it's gonna be. And you see some of the kids are already cashing in. Some of them got like $20,000 deals. And I saw Chipotle says, hey, they looking for a few spots. Hey, Chipotle, hook your boy up. I ain't in college, but
Listen, this is landmark. This is breakthrough. This is arguably the biggest thing that's ever happened to college sports this side of Title IX.
You do realize the margin is about to get a lot larger between the top schools and the other schools. You do realize that, Skip? The Alabamas, the Ohio State. Hold on. Didn't Dabo Swinney say he was going to retire? If they ever started letting players get paid, he was going to retire. He was going to walk away. Now, I need him to be a man of his word. I don't think that's going to happen. He ain't going to walk away from $9 million.
Okay, one loophole here for him is, well, we're not actually paying the players. They can go get their bags elsewhere.
Yeah, that's okay.
So it's like college figured a way out from under. You got to pay the players because you're making billions of dollars in TV contracts.
These colleges, they operate through booster money. The player don't care where that money come from. It can come from the college, it can come from the car salesman. I don't care. As long as I'm getting that bag, Skip Bayless, I don't care where the money come from. It's green in his skin.
Now it's not straight pay the players. You're not going to get a check every week or month,
that's
right?
Okay.
In the old days, back in my SMU days, they literally went to the athletic department to get their check for the week, right?
You go to this little cush job where you didn't, well, first of all, you didn't even show up, but they say you showed up and you got the bag.
And that was all boosters paying players.
And that's what it's about to be right now, Skip. Because all these boosters, Skip, they have businesses. Now, they've given you a list of, if I got a sponsorship, if I'm endorsed by Coke, you can't do Pepsi. Or if I do this, you can't do that. Okay, fine. But don't worry about it. Well, hey, Coca-Cola, hook your boy up.
Okay. So all of a sudden, I'm reading this laundry list of things that players are already engaging in, like just speaking engagements. You couldn't get paid to speak, right? You couldn't get paid to sign. Just to appear, you couldn't get paid.
Yes.
Well, okay, so here we go. And now we're looking at You could sell your paraphernalia.
Yeah.
You can get your own brand.
Yes.
You can get your, whatever. You can sell, you can market any product you want to market. You can play video games with fans for money.
Yeah.
Well, you couldn't do that before. So all of a sudden, the world is your oyster.
Yeah.
And if you're smart, and if you can have an agent now, and your agent can figure out, oh, we could do this, that, and the other.
Yes.
So you can make some pretty good money that you have always deserved to make.
Yes.
And the schools can say, well, we didn't pay him, right?
Hey, you said that all along. You said we didn't do anything, but Booster Tom was doing it.
Yep.
So now your Alabamas and all your big-time schools, Skip, these big-time boosters, Skip, they donating $50, $70, $100 million a year. How you think that stadium got built at Texas A&M? They weren't thinking about building no stadium until Johnny Football came along.
That's the house that Johnny built for a fact.